Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to East Coast Manga. So today, I want to talk about my top 5 manga that I'm currently reading. I mean, like, everything in my collection I'm currently reading, so I really wanted to just kind of capture this down to my favorite 5. I might have put top 5 in the title, but there's really no order to this just because all these manga are so completely different that I have in these 5 that, like, I couldn't really figure out how I wanted to rank them or order them, so I'm just going to show you guys all 5 of them. So first out of the 5 is going to be Assassination Classroom. Honestly, I feel like I don't see a lot of manga tubers talk about this series, but this is really, really good in my opinion. I'm only halfway through the series, so I guess I don't quite know how repetitive it can get yet. But so far I like every single volume I've read, and I feel like it hasn't really bored me yet. Like, I finished this relatively quickly, volume 1 through 11, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to read it. I ended up picking it up last summer and I didn't end up reading it until like right around when this whole corona thing started, and I just didn't really like the concept at first, and I looked at the first couple of pages and I'm like, at some point I'm gonna end up reading it, but not right now. But after I finished volume 1, I kind of got hooked and I thought it was a really cool concept. And it's obviously not like super realistic or anything like that, but I think it's really, really well written, and I think it's really, really interesting. But honestly, I think it's something that you should more just kind of dive headfirst into and read the first volume, and I think it'll definitely have you hooked. So next is going to be Monster. So currently I have volume 1 through 7 of Monster, and I think there's 9 volumes in total, and it's been so good. I can't even describe how good Urasawa can just like put things together. I also got 20th Century Boys, the omnibuses, around the same time I got this, and really, like, this just fully sank me in within the first volume, which 20th Century Boys didn't do for me. I need to reread that. I have the first 3 omnibuses. I think I've read the first 2. I don't think I've read the 3rd yet, but the first one just, it really didn't catch me like Monster did. I know a lot of people would argue and say, like, oh, like, you know, 20th Century Boys is their favorite, or another one of his pieces is their favorite, but this has so far been my favorite. So next is Attack on Titan. I really don't even have to say much about this. So pretty much everyone knows about Attack on Titan. It's fantastic. The anime I've heard is also really good. So when it comes to volumes, I've read 1 through 13, and I know, like, it only gets better from there. So I'm definitely looking forward to picking up more of these, and at some point watching the anime. So the next book is The Drifting Classroom, which I talked about in my last video. So if you're interested in watching a review on this book, I would definitely recommend watching that video. Honestly, I think this is an absolutely fantastic manga, and I don't think enough people talk about it. I think a lot of people hyped it up before it released, but I feel like a lot of people ended up buying it and haven't actually read it yet because, I mean, so many people have, like, manga tubers have such a long list of manga to read that because this is so new, I think they just haven't gotten to it yet. But this is absolutely fantastic. And to nobody's surprise, the last book in my top 5 I'm currently reading is Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is just a very savagely written and drawn, like, a Viking story, and I think everything about it is fantastic. When I read volume 1, I was automatically hooked, like, within probably the first 20 or 25 pages. So they are a little expensive, so I'm only at the volume 3 right now, but when Kodansha has, like, a Barnes & Noble sale or something like that, I will end up picking probably 3 more volumes up. And these are, like, absolutely gorgeous hardcovers. I have absolutely no complaints about these. They're also, like, relatively light for a hardcover, which is great too, but they are a little expensive, and I know there's, like, probably, I think, 10 or 11 volumes out so far, so I definitely have some catching up to do, but it's been an absolutely great ride so far. And that's been my top 5 manga that I'm currently reading. I would love to hear in the comments what your guys' top 5 you're currently reading are, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later.